Hi and welcome from the Mobile World Congress 2019 in Barcelona. My name is Sebastian Ang and this channel is called MRTV. In this video, I'm going to give you my first impressions after having tried the HoloLens 2 for the first time. So probably you have watched it live a moment ago when I tried it for the first time. Actually, I live streamed that as well. However, then I was rushed out of the demo booth because some other people wanted to try it. So then I had to stop the stream and couldn't give you my impressions. So therefore, this video, this new live stream where I'm going to give you my first impressions now again for the HoloLens 2. And well, let me directly start doing it. So I can tell you the hype is real. The HoloLens 2 is a complete winner. It's amazing. For me, I can tell you now already, the HoloLens 2 definitely, without a doubt, is the winner of the Mobile World Congress 2019. Should you look for a winner? So even if I compare this with the foldable phones, the Galaxy Fold and the Mate X, that is nice. But this, the HoloLens 2, is simply a revolution. It's a whole new ball game right now, right? I would call this a magic leap for spatial computing, if you understand what I'm talking about. So that was truly amazing. So, but let's go step by step. Let me tell you about my first experience with the HoloLens 2 here at the Microsoft booth at Mobile World Congress 19. So, first of all, I had to wait quite a bit to do the demo. There are quite a few long lines, and 20,000 subscribers on a channel do not help you yet to skip the lines, but that's fine. So I was standing there, and I was the last in line, and I was the very last person to do this demo tonight. So I was lucky to do that. Then, yeah, I was standing in line, and then I got, it was my turn, and the Microsoft team member gave me the HoloLens, but before I put it on, she told me how to put it on correctly. And she told me that I should wear it like a baseball cap. And for the phone part in the back, I should wear it as high as possible. So not many people put it too low. She told me I should put it here. And yeah, I was like kind of excited to try this out for the first time. When I interviewed Charlie, the product manager of the HoloLens yesterday, he told me that they're actually very proud of their comfort. So it was cool then to try it out myself. So I put it on, and yeah, I wore it like a baseball cap, and I secured the screw in the back. And yes, they have made it. They have done an amazing job here. So indeed, it is incredibly comfortable. It is super comfortable, and yeah, I can very well imagine that you can wear this for hours and hours and hours if you use it at work. If you have to wear this at work for 8 hours, I can totally see people do that without feeling any discomfort and without having to make breaks. So yes, they nailed comfort. They completely nailed the comfort. So that was pretty amazing. The next thing that happened was about the eye tracking. So the eye tracking module had to be calibrated for me. Hello everyone who's watching this right now. So the eye tracking had to be calibrated, and for that to happen, some virtual stars or balls would pop up. I had to look at these, and once my eyes were fixated on them, the star moved to another direction. I followed it with my eyes, and this I had to do yeah, for probably 30 seconds, and then the eye tracking was calibrated and everything worked perfectly fine. And there already, for this eye tracking, I could already see the difference in FOV. So whereas for the HoloLens 1 or for the Magic Leap 1, actually you could tell, hey, the FOV, yeah, it is just really in your center field of view. Directly already when the part where I had to calibrate the eye tracking, I could tell, hey, okay, the points are much further away than this would have been possible in the Magic Leap 1 or in the HoloLens 1, for example. So, this was pretty amazing. Then the next thing was suddenly was a bird that was like flying in front of me, like a hummingbird. It was just floating, and the reality, it looked so real. It looked so good, and sorry, it's a bit loud here. It's a bit loud here because they are already starting to make a party here at Lenovo. You guys. So this was amazing. This bird was flying around, and the Microsoft lady, she told me, hey, you know what? Why don't you hold out your finger? And then the bird flew on that finger. The bird flew on that finger, and it was simply, it was incredible. It was incredibly amazing to see that bird interact with me. And of course, I could step away. I could walk around that bird, and the bird would perfectly stay at its place. So that was a really nice demo, absolutely. But that was all just for calibration. And then I went into the Pearson demo booth. You know what? I'm going to move a bit away here because it's just too loud here. The Lenovo people are partying. So let me walk a bit here through the hall. Yeah, this is much better now. Okay, I hope that you hear me better now. It was indeed a bit loud. Okay, now you can hear me, right? Okay, great. So yeah, so then I went into the demo booth from Pearson. Pearson is about medical training. And yeah, I was told I'm going to go through this medical training demo, and the setup was that there was like these kind of places where you can lie down as a patient. At the moment, I'm in lack of the English word, and yeah, I was putting on the HoloLens, and then she told me, okay, look there. At this thing where you can lay down, and there was somebody sitting on it, a virtual patient was sitting on that real-time, I'm going to call it bed, on that bed. And so that patient was sitting on that bed, but it was a virtual patient. And in the first moment I saw her, I was a bit shocked, to be honest, because she looked so real. She looked so real, and it worked so well, like blending together the virtual patient and the real bed that was standing there. So that was truly amazing to see what kind of picture the HoloLens 2 can actually project. And also here, you could see the massively increased field of view. So actually, they told me they have increased the field of view not only by 2, but by a bit more than 2. And I could tell. Since for the Magic Leap 1 and for the HoloLens 1, the field of view would kind of like stop the magic. Because if you look a bit to the right and a bit to the left, then the constraints would kick in and you wouldn't see the picture anymore. But here, since the field of view was so much better, just like even if I didn't look exactly at the patient, she was still there sitting there. And the point is, she was not transparent. So she was probably only super lightly transparent, but it was tough to make out that this was only a virtual person. So that was a bit frightening as well. If I can imagine, like, hey, okay, in a couple of years when we wear these things, the virtual things are going to look so realistic. It's going to be very tough to tell, hey, is that real or is it now virtual? I mean, I suppose that it's very good for the adult entertainment industry, so they should definitely look at augmented reality. Unbelievable. So this patient was sitting there, and so I was already like pretty amazed by how she was just sitting there, and she was like, yeah, the facial expressions. It looked like a video, so it looked very real. It looked very, very real. So it runs on battery. The whole thing runs on battery. It's completely working by itself. You don't need some extra processing unit like for the Magic Leap 1. Everything is in that thing on the head. So yeah, for the hand tracking, I'm going to talk about this in a moment. So the patient, right? The patient was sitting there. So then the next thing, there was then like a big virtual ball floating next to her, and that was my my assistant, my virtual medicine assistant. And the lady who was helping me with the demo, she told me, okay, now go to that floating ball and press the button, the next button. And as in press it with my hand, just like press the virtual button there. And I did, and it worked. It worked perfectly. It simply worked as if there was a button in in reality. Pretty amazing. So then this was training about finding out what is her medical history. So then I could read her medical history like floating in midair, and now the eye tracking comes into play. So I was reading the text, and she told me like, okay, please read the whole text. I did read the whole text, and once I had reached the bottom of the text would automatically flow up, automatically scroll up. So yeah, thanks to eye tracking, the machine was aware of me having finished the first chapter, and then it was scrolling up. So really amazing. I can imagine that perfectly for some kind of like a script. And here I am again. Hello. So the live stream was interrupted and it works again. So I want to tell you, yes, in the future I could see myself like streaming, and I have to read some text or what, and I can simply read it on my HoloLens, something like a teleprompter, some holo teleprompter. Yeah, I should probably make that. Yeah, I had a streaming problem, right? But now I am back. Yeah, so that was pretty amazing. And then the next thing that happened, again, I could click the virtual button, clicking on next. And the next thing that happened was that I could see actually her data, her medical data floating next to her, like her pulse and her blood pressure. And yeah, then the lady which was leading me through the demonstration, she also showed me that actually there was another overlay of the patient which showed where the patient was hurting, and it showed like her arm was hurting. And then the lady asked me, what do I think? What is probably the problem that she's facing? And I said, probably she's facing a heart attack, right? My deep medical knowledge finally put to use. So yes, and it was true. So that was a really very cool demo, and the lady told me, yeah, this is how in the future you could easily train like medical students. So instead of really having to let them loose on real patients to learn about these things, they can simply use those virtual training methods and don't need to let them try that on real patients. So that was a very nice demo. That was the first demo that I did, and that's the only one that I did right now. And tomorrow morning I'm going to try other demos. But I simply wanted to let you know, this one demo already was incredible. It was mind-blowing. I couldn't actually think of anyone who would do that demo and who would think like, oh, that sucks. It's like just so amazing to see that virtual lady sitting on that real bed. Like how they made it so that real life and virtual life just like becomes one. Mixed reality being shown here on our TV. Yeah, amazing. Really amazing. And Microsoft has a winner on their hands. They really have a winner on their hands. And I can simply tell you, yes, it is more comfortable. It's much more comfortable. yes, the field of view, it's a revelation as compared to HoloLens 1 and to Magic Leap. It's a winner. It's a real winner, and for me, it's the winner of Mobile World Congress 2019. Very exciting stuff. The future is indeed going to be crazy. And you know what was so fascinating right now is that you don't have any restrictions in your normal field of view, right? Because it's just like this visor that you're wearing. So you can see everything just as if you were wearing like some glasses, and it's so comfortable at the same time. And then having something projected into this field of view is truly magical. It's truly a magic leap. And a Magic Leap should, they should be like working very, very hard, and I'm sure they are working very, very hard now to match this kind of experience. Yeah, so if you have any more questions about the about the HoloLens 2, please do ask me now, perhaps, because I'm still live. So this costs $3,500, or if you want, $125 per month over 3 years. But for this service, you would even have some assistant that if you have questions for the HoloLens 2, if you go for that model for the $125 over 3 years, you have an assistant that will really help you with any problems or questions that you have about the HoloLens 2. In terms of battery life, actually no, nobody told me anything. Is the FOV enough for decent immersion? Yes, absolutely. It's not as good as a VR headset, of course, right? But left and right, field of vision, because it's not being obstructed. Like for the Magic Leap 1, for example, you have this huge glasses things, right? So it's kind of like artificially obstructing your field of view. With the HoloLens 2, you don't have that. You only have this kind of visor. So yeah, that is pretty cool. Do you have any more questions? Is the text more clear or readable than like on the Samsung Odyssey Plus or VR headsets? So actually the picture, it was incredibly crisp. It was super crisp, and I couldn't even see something like a screen door effect. I couldn't see pixels. So it has like 47 pixels per degree, which is a really good value. So you can easily read text. So I wouldn't necessarily say better than Samsung Odyssey Plus, because that headset you also cannot see screen door effect, right? But it's better than Vive and Vive Pro and all these headsets, definitely, without a doubt, Rift and so on. So the text is super clearly visible. It's floating around you, and it's truly magical to have that. How obvious is the translucency? It depends on the color, I would say, from my very first impression. But when the patient was sitting there, I couldn't tell what's behind her. So that was like very impressive indeed. Are you going to be getting one for yourself? I have to think about if I can afford $125. I'm definitely not getting it for free, unfortunately. But $125. So if more people go to mrtvelite.com and support this channel, then probably I could do so. So if you love the stuff that I'm doing, go to mrtvelite.com and join the Elite for many more, for much more content and for behind the scenes stuff. So I'll be very happy to get the HoloLens, of course, and tell you all about it, right? So I would definitely love to have the device and show it to you, without a doubt. I would also, I would love to have them all, as you know. Yes, so for the translucency, it's just so good. And to be able to interact with the stuff, to be able to run around it, everything stays perfectly in place. In terms of the tracking, they also have done an amazing job. So yeah, my winner of Mobile World Congress 2019, definitely the HoloLens 2. Does Unreal have a chance? Unreal, they also have a very good picture, but there's nothing. They have this little controller, which is probably good for other things, so they lack the hand tracking, so it's tough to compete with the HoloLens 2. In terms of AR, so far I haven't seen anything better than the HoloLens 2. Okay, I think that's it. Thank you so much, Michi. Yes, for your €5 contribution. Thank you. Do you think there will be fun apps for casual customers? I could certainly think so. It depends on how many normal people are going to buy it for $125 per month. If suddenly Microsoft sees, hey, there's so many people buying it, and if some game developer thinks, hey, you know what, I made this app already for the Magic Leap 1, let me also put it on HoloLens, why not? Why not? Probably it's easy to port them, I don't know, but I could believe that there is something for normal people as well. But at the moment, it is definitely targeted at the enterprise, but this is, without a doubt, coming to us, coming to the normal consumers on the long run. It is amazing, really, really amazing. And just for trying this out, I'm telling you, my dear friends, it was worth it for me to go to Barcelona to check out the Mobile World Congress 2019. So that's it for this first impressions video of the HoloLens 2. I really hope that you enjoyed this video, and if yes, give it a thumbs up. I'm going to share it on Twitter as well. It would be great if you would also like it there on Twitter. That would be amazing. And yeah, here it is. That was my first impressions of the HoloLens 2. Give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, and if you have not yet subscribed to MRTV yet, do so now. And again, if you want more content, if you want to support the stuff that I'm doing here, VR and AR guerrilla journalism, going to all these things just with my live streaming phone, then I would be very happy if you support me, mrtvelite.com. And that's truly everything I have for you. I'm looking forward to see you in the next video here from Barcelona. Bye-bye.